There are many different ways that a meal can be healthy and balanced. There's not just one answer to this, but the bottom line is that it includes carbohydrate, protein, and fat, all three of the macronutrients. And you also want to eat intuitively based on how hungry you are. But I'm going to give you an example today of what would be a healthy dinner based on a learning tool from the American Institute of Cancer Research called the New American Plate. And it's just a goal for you to strive for. What's recommended is that your plate would be filled with about 2/3 fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and beans. And 1/3 or less of the plate would be your protein source. In this case, it's an animal protein, but it doesn't have to be if you're a vegetarian. And I know I have 4 things on the plate here, but if you look at it, it does take up 2/3 of the plate. And you want to try to include some healthy fats as part of your eating. So you might want to prepare your foods using olive oil or canola oil, or perhaps include some nuts. I also like to round out a meal like this with a glass of skim milk, a low-fat dairy source for the calcium and vitamin D. Now, you perhaps may not like milk, and that's okay, but this is something that I like to do. I feel it's a little bit more balanced for me. A meal like this is high in vitamins and minerals, disease-fighting phytochemicals, high in fiber. It's very satisfying and holds you over longer because it gives you a sustained energy level. And so it's just a goal for which you should strive. It's not the way you have to eat all the time. You don't want to approach healthy eating like it's a diet, that you're on it and you're off it. If you strive to eat healthy 90% of the time, it gives you 10% wiggle room for the less nutritious foods that are just a pleasure to eat but aren't going to support health the way these kinds of foods are. So I hope that you will eat well and live well and strive to make good choices most of the time, but don't try to eat perfectly.